Hello, welcome back to 1111 True Crime. What did I get? Family and cover up. Look at that. Anyway, there's the cover up and family. But I'm going to get you onto the table and we're going to pull some cards. Is Nancy Guthrie a targeted attack? Is this a hired hit? Or was this just random? Because that news reporter is saying that this was just a random robbery that went all wrong. But the sheriff's saying that is not what they believe. Or at least that's what Brian Itten said that the sheriff says. All right, you guys. So keep in mind, everything is my humble interpretation of the cards. I am not a medium. I do not talk to the dead. I am not a psychic. I just simply read the cards, and I'm excellent reading cards, but you guys ask the better questions. And so I will do another live after this. We'll hand it over to our famous, beautiful private eyes who are deep, deep, deep into the cases that we research and ask the best questions. And just remember, nobody's guilty until proven so in a court of law. We're not a court of law. So let's see what the cards show us today. Let me just switch this up a little bit. And I'm going to shut the curtain. Give me a minute. I usually shut the curtain, but we were running late and I forgot to do so. And even though the sun is lovely, it blocks the light, blocks the cards, and I can't see. Okay, are y'all ready to do this? We have a live audience. Now, during this time, you guys, I really do not focus on chat as much as just sharing with you the reading. On the next live, it's all chat. That's all I'm focused on. All right, let's go ahead. You focus your energy, if you'd be so kind, into the greatest good for Nancy Guthrie. We're going to find out. Said family cover-up, so that's interesting, right? That's what I suspect, but doesn't mean I'm right. Let's see what we get, and if it's meant to come out again, and it will. But when I cut the deck, I got family and I got cover-up. We have 144 in chat. Love that number. Let me switch it over to live chat just so I can watch in case there's something. And we have a few new PIs. I want to throw a shout out there too. We have Melody Myung. Welcome, welcome to our private eyes. All right, what do we need to see when it comes to Nancy Guthrie? Was this a targeted attack or is this random? Give us the clue to understand it clearly if this was targeted or random. Beach. Sand. And I don't think of water. I think of the wash because there's no beach. There's no water. But we do have the sand, right? Because when you... And that's where I think she is in the sand. I'm sorry. I do. But when you get this beach, you know, what you're really looking at is all the sand. Let's continue. Mountains and travel. Well, where does Nancy live? In the mountains in Arizona. We have travel. Was this targeted? Good gracious. Good gracious. Cards are just jumping. Let's see what we get. So we have tunnel. That could be a literal tunnel. It could be a dark hole. It could be tunnel vision. Can you see it if I put it there? Let's put it down here. I'm always like, where do I want to put it? Perversion. I don't like that, but obviously we have somebody that's perverted, right? Or they wouldn't have done this to 84-year-old lady. Isn't that weird? He's wearing almost the same mask. That's crazy. Should we try and match him? All right. Are you ready for the hidden cards? We have dating, so we have a couple involved, more than one. That's what I believe too. And she always gets more than one. And we have faked death. That's interesting with that salamander. And we have fraud. Now, for those of you that are saying maybe it's a medical fraud, you could be right. We do have fraud. But this could be fraud in the sense of something else that we don't really know. What do I feel? We're going to go with the... No. I want to go right into the tarot today. There we have that fight that always shows up, leading to the betrayal and Ten of Swords. So I just cut the deck. We have Five of Swords, a fight to the death, somebody winning at all costs, somebody being strategic and taking the swords away from others, leaving others defenseless so that they can win no matter what. Followed by the death, which is 10 swords in the back. 10 swords, this is total betrayal, all in the back. You know the old saying, being stabbed in the back? Well, this is being stabbed in the back not once or twice, but tenfold. And they're laying in the desert. Was this targeted? Was this targeted with Nancy or random? Targeted? We have Two of Pentacles, which is all about putting something down. This person is standing on one leg, they're juggling in an infinity, right? The infinity symbol, and they're not going to be able to do it forever. So the Two of Pentacles represents cutting something out, putting something down. We have a Page of Pentacles, which often, focus please, I have autofocus on you guys, is often about evidence. A young one with evidence. Was this targeted with I almost said Annie, with Nancy? Was this a targeted attack? Okay. It jumped all over my lap before I could pick it up. I have 8 of Wands, which is all about fast-paced communication. Was this targeted with Nancy? Was this targeted with Nancy Guthrie? Are you kidding me? We have the stinky offer. So a stinky offer and the Emperor. Capricorn energy. Pisces energy. Gemini energy. Capricorn energy. So we have a lot of Capricorn here. The Emperor can represent somebody in great authority, somebody the head of something. We have a stinky offer and communications of that. So there is communication, prior communication. And it almost looks like there's somebody in charge. And I'm sorry, y'all, but every time I look at this card, I see Tommaso's face. And I'm sorry, but that's what I see. Doesn't mean it's him. It could be anybody. But I have somebody that thinks of themselves as all-powerful, all kings, all kings. Very Aries energy, very Capricorn energy. Truth train coming through. All right, let's just get into the read. If it's meant to come out, we'll call. Yeah, the same cards keep coming up, Cheryl. That happens because the truth is there. Show me this perpetrator. If they have somebody telling them to do this. Were they hired and it came out King of Cups. King of Cups is again somebody on their throne. I don't think the purpose the one sitting on the throne. Were they hired? to imprison. So this person felt imprisoned somehow. And so they, okay, could be Nancy imprisoned because she was abducted with the plan of action. So this king doesn't take action, but wants this person, because Two of Wands is all about not taking action. It's having a plan, but not doing it yourself. Three of Wands is all about you took the action. Two of Wands is about a plan, but you're not the one taking action. So this would suggest to me, we have the abduction card. We've got the Two of Wands, which is all about a plan, but not taking actions, and we have a king. This is almost as if there is a person behind this that is creating a plan for the perpetrator. So show me this King of Cups. Did he hire a perpetrator to do this abduction? Did this King of Cups hire a perpetrator? Someone a little younger than him, perhaps? With this Page of Wands, this is somebody that communicates. So this king sent out a messenger that's making an offer, right? He's got his wand in his hand, his staff. Show me who the King of Wands sent the offer to. Hanged Man. Pisces energy. That's interesting. Why the Hanged Man? That's got me stumped, y'all. The Emperor. Look, 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 look. The universe corrected me. The universe is correcting me, saying, no, you're getting it wrong. This is the perpetrator. This is the perpetrator. Because I'm like, why the Hanged Man? There's that Emperor. The Emperor's in charge. We know that. So we have the boss. We have the boss, the Emperor. This was somebody else. This Emperor took the action to hire this person. And that explains this too. The Emperor is saying, hey, I have an offer. Communications of an offer to the King of Cups. Now let's continue. Let's understand the motive of the Emperor. What is the motive of the Emperor? Why Nancy? Why did Knight of Cups? So we have a King of Cups and a Knight of Cups. We have someone that is related. So we may have a brother and a brother. We have the King of Cups and we have the Knight of Cups. This could be that the Emperor talked to two brothers. They both have their cup, right? Their cups are empty. They want to fill their cups. We have the king, the older of the one. And then we have the younger, the knight. This is the one that's saying, yeah. This might be the one that drives a car. So the Emperor is talking to two masculine energies. Don't have to be male, but because there's no gender in the tarot. All right, let's understand what this Emperor wanted these knights to do. What did... Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So the Emperor is saying, I want you to abduct, right? Capture this person. That's the Eight of Swords. It's an imprisonment. It's in the general tarot, traditional tarot, it's self-imprisonment because you could get out of that. But Nancy's not going to get out of this. We know that. So this is the imprisonment card. We have this abandonment, right? These people are beggars. They're crippled. They're defenseless. This guy's on crutches. He either needs a cane or crutches. This person's barefoot. They're out here in the snow. So, capture and abandon. And it's a fight to win at all costs, no matter what you've got to do. So the Emperor is saying, I want you to capture this person and imprison them, abduct them, and then abandon them. Show me this Emperor's motive. What is this Emperor's motive of targeting Nancy and hiring the devil? Attachment. This is usually family. I'm sorry to tell you that. The devil represents Capricorn energy. It's someone that you're attached to in your life, in your inner circle, that you are constantly obsessed with. There's some obsession here. And they're linked together. And it's a man and a woman. So the motive is very toxic. I'm going to ask again, explain the toxicity. Why did this Emperor, what was this Emperor's motive to harm Nancy? I kid you not. And those of you that have been following my reading know this is my Annie Guthrie card. Now, doesn't have to be Annie. It is somebody that is a very powerful queen. This is somebody that sits on their throne very calmly. And they are a witch. They have their black cat. They are considered taboo, but they do not consider themselves taboo. They tend to embrace the darkness of life to empower themselves, but they also embrace their light. So they're very, very in tune with esoterics. Now, let me understand this plan. Plan to close this and get attention in the world. To close this down and travel. They've traveled with her. I'm going to my true crime deck. This is our beautiful 1111 true crime deck, which is awesome. Now I'm going to come up to top side for just a minute. Oh, I got to mention something. There was somebody that emailed me. A couple people emailed me on the website over here at 1111dex.com, our website. If you do not put your email in, I cannot answer you. So if you've asked me a question and you haven't given your email, I cannot answer you. What am I supposed to do? Right? So for those of you, there's only one of you that is having a problem entering the word free shipping and saying that I am a fraud because they tallied up their cart for $67 and they didn't get free shipping. You have to use the word free shipping as a promo code to get the free shipping. It's not automatic. It says that in giant letters. So please do not continue to message me without an email address accusing me of fraud just because you don't know how to read right. Just saying. That ticked me off. I am by far not a fraud. It is free shipping for all orders over 50, but you have to enter the promo code. Okay? All right. That ticked me off, y'all, because mommy works hard here on making sure that I treat all my customers at the store with the highest regard. All right, let me get back into the Nancy Guthrie case. By the way, if you want, there is the place, and I will treat you like the king and queen you are. And it is free shipping, but you have to spend over 50, and you have to enter the code, free shipping. It doesn't automatically come off. All right, the world card. Let me understand what this emperor, I'm pulling him out because I don't like these people. This is what we have going. We have the devil, right? So this is a toxic. We already knew that it's attachment, family attachment. We have the Queen of Wands with the Emperor. Okay? So the Queen of Wands is somebody, like I said, that is all powerful in their own right. We have the Emperor who thinks they're in charge. We have the Knight of Cups and the King of Cups. And these two are the actual abductors. These two are the ones with the plan. So when we look at this, I want to understand what the perpetrators have done with Nancy. What have the perpetrators done with Nancy? And thank you. Thank you. Cards came up. We have funeral. Crossing over, funeral, church. We have funeral, y'all. What did they do to Nancy? We have youth. We have a younger person and an older person. And this one's a male. That could be that Knight of Cups right there. Did something just flip? No. Yeah? No. Yeah? No, yeah. No, yeah. So the perpetrators broke into Nancy's home. What action did they clear it off? No. Okay. I'm gonna come up to top. Nikki says that the sheriff cleared all family. I do not care. I do not believe him. I do not believe him. Because how are you going to clear them? You don't know if they hired someone or not. You have no idea. Until you catch the perp, you don't know who did it. You just don't. So this nanu sheriff may say that. Everybody can say that. But that doesn't mean anything until they have the bad guy and they know the motive and they know why it happened, when it happened, what happened to Nancy. Once they get Nancy and they get the perpetrator, then they can clear people. Until then, not off my list. Not when I'm getting the reading that I'm getting. So somebody's hired. We'll just say that. Emperor has hired someone. I know, Nikki. Wait. Nikki, honey, I wasn't talking to you, sweetheart. I adore you. Thank you for sharing that. I was all getting pissed at Sheriff Nanu. Nanu, right? Not you, Nick. I love you. Just want you to know I was not throwing my frustration your way. All right, let's continue the read. I know, sweetheart. I know, Nikki. It's definitely not, I'm not upset with you at all. And I wasn't meaning to come off sounding like it was Nikki UK. I was talking about Sheriff Nanu. Oh my gosh. Killer. We have park. Now you could consider that a park where kids play. Or you could consider that a nature park. You could be parking your car. We have assault. We have a hidden card behind assault with coffin. They assaulted Nancy, and then, according to the reading, they've laid her to rest. It's nearby, within 10 miles. That's interesting. We have this, there may be a school nearby. Again, it's got this playground. So it could be a little park. We have dog, which is interesting because Nancy's dog passed away in December. And then we have signature. So I asked what they did to Nancy. I got the funeral card. I asked, all that. And it doesn't look good, y'all. It doesn't look good. On the bottom of the deck, I've got buried, shallow graves. So that's what they're saying. I don't worry about the self-harm card unless somebody, we have a child, a little one, and a deep hole. There's that tunnel I said could be a deep hole. There could be a tunnel near there. Is there a tunnel near Tucson? Suffocate. Camera. Something about the camera. Something about a neighbor witnessing our camera. We have apartment. We have mark. Identifier, handprint. That DNA is going to get him. That DNA is going to get him. Inside structure, basement, and betrayal. Interesting. All right, you guys. That is what I have. I totally feel that this emperor character, even if it's not family, I have an emperor character. It could be somebody that is mad at Savannah and they're an emperor in their world. I have them hiring a Knight of Cups and a King of Cups. The reason they're hiring them is because of this woman, this feminine energy of power, all about power. Queen of Wands is the power card. Highly charged energy. Somebody that's very, very confident, that knows how she moves, right? That knows how to move in the game. So it's showing me that this would have been a very specific target on Nancy, and it comes from a very influential person. Who is that? Who is that? Maybe it's not family. Maybe it's someone else. I'm personally not going to buy that nobody is clear until they have the right person. That's just the way I see it. But I want to say thank you to everybody. And we're about to hand it over and let somebody else ask the questions. And that's our private eyes. So I hope you'll join me for that. The dogs, y'all. They need the dogs, right? Big pharma okay, you could be right, Passion Flower. Big pharma lawsuit. I don't know. Could that be the emperor? The big pharma. That'll be a good read for a next day. Tucson Mountain Park or secluded national, the Saguaro National Park. Interesting. Stephanie's yelling out. Hillary Clinton. Margaret Wilder says 3 points. Pipes and man-made water. Could be. Darlene says, I don't believe the sheriff. I feel he's protecting someone. I don't trust that sheriff. I do not. He could be compromised. You know what I'm saying. Get the German Shepherds out. That's right, Beth. Everybody's a suspect to us until they catch the guy. He didn't say family was cleared. He said they were not persons of interest and that no one is cleared. There you go. That feels stronger. That feels more like they would say that. Jay just found an under first. JLR just found something underground. A tunnel. Wouldn't that be wild while I'm doing the reading? If he finds a tunnel. Sheriff cannot possibly know. What an idiot, says Lottie. It's political, yes. Could be. Could be. Thank you, Carla. All right, my beautifuls. With that being said, I am looking forward to seeing what questions, I'm very curious, what questions you all have in the Nancy Guthrie case. Get ready. There'll be just a few minutes in between the videos just to get your drink refreshed, mama to go pee, and then we'll get back on it. I will straighten up my cards. I should grab them now so it takes less time. And yeah, we're going to do the reading where you guys ask the questions. You know, the private eyes ask better questions than I do anyway. I want to say thank you if this is where you leave me, for joining me. I love you so very much. Thank you for the likes, the subs, and all that you do that supports me, my channel, and our beautiful family here. I appreciate everything you do. And again, I ask you, second time today, please pray for Nancy.
From the dust I was born, to the dirt I shall return. When my eyes are closed, in the shadows, my enemies will think they won, but I am here to stay. Destiny will overcome, no, I am not afraid. Like a phoenix in the night, my soul will rise. From the darkness to